Hi there, today we're learning about operators that are used for loops. So this is the beginning of our loops unit, our repetition structures unit. And the first thing that we have to understand before we start doing stuff with loops is we have to understand what what an increment operator and what a decrement operator is. So an increment operator, it's a unary operator. It looks like this. It's just plus plus, and a decrement operator looks like this. It's just minus minus. And there are two modes that we can use with these types of operators. There's postfix mode and there's prefix mode. And we'll get into what those are in just a second. So I've already created a demo here called a Magic Show demo. And I'm just going to go through this step by step. So the first thing that I do, of course, is I've got my class header here. It's called crow3_044 Magic Show Demo. The second thing I've got here is my main method header. Here's main right there. The first thing I do within the main method is I welcome the user to the Magic Show, so I print the following to the screen. It says, "I'm the Magic Man. Now you see me, now you don't." The second thing I do is I create a variable. I call it int number. It's an integer type variable. The second thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to initialize the variable. So I put the value 5 into that integer variable. And then I display the variable to the user. So right here this says our magic number is currently 5. So if I run this program, and here we go. I'm the Magic Man. Now you see me, now you don't. Our magic number is currently 5. Hold on to your butts. Now I'll increase this number, and that's this part right here. So now I will increase this number. So in Java, there are a few different ways where we can, increase our variable. One way is like this, where we say int number equals int number plus 1. That's the old way of doing it. We can also do it like this. Int number plus equals 1. That will also add 1. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to increment the value within our variable int number. We're trying to add 1 to it. Here's how we're going to do it from now on, especially when we're working with loops. Int number plus plus. This plus plus right here will add 1 to int number. Let me go ahead and move that back right there. The second thing we're going to do is I'm going to display this number to the user. So if I run this program now, here's what's going to happen. So this is going to say, hold on to your butts, I will increase this number. Remember, our number is currently 5 up here, but then I do int number plus plus, so that adds 1 to int number, so int number will now become 6. So this will say the magic number is now 6. And that's what it says right here. Hold on to your butts, now I'll increase the number. The magic number is now 6. Alright, the next thing we can do is we can decrement the number. So right here I've got a statement. I'm going to say, oh, but wait, it gets better. I will now decrease the number. So of course this is the old way of doing it. Int number equals int number minus 1. And this is another old way of doing this. Int number minus equals 1. But here's the way that we're going to do it using the decrement operator. Int number minus minus. Then we're going to tell our user the magic number is now. So if the number right here, when we incremented it, is 6, if int number becomes 6, and then if we decrement it by 1, the number is going to become 5. So now if I run this, and here's our number. Oh, but wait, it gets better. Now I will decrease this number. The magic number is now 5. I'm not going to go into depth about what prefix mode and what postfix mode are. The best way to do this is just to show you. So what is the difference between prefix mode and postfix? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reset int number to 5 right here. In this statement right here, I'm going to increment the number by 1. So what will int number display as? Because notice right here I'm printing it at the same time that I'm incrementing it. So will it show up as 6? Well, let's see. So if I run this right here, it shows up as 5. So why does this show up as 5 when I increment it right here? Shouldn't it show up as 6? Well, here's the deal with postfix mode. Java is going to run this expression first and then add the 1 to this number because this plus plus is placed after the variable right here. So this right here tells Java to, hey, go ahead and display int number, what int number originally is, and then after you print this command to the screen, then increment the number. So that's why Java is displaying this as 5 instead of 6. Right after this prints the line to the screen, int number will then become 6. And that's postfix mode when you put the plus plus after the variable. So now let's do prefix mode. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set int number back to 5. And right here I'm going to display it again, but this time I'm going to use prefix mode. The plus plus is going to be before the variable. So this time, this plus plus, this tells Java, hey, go ahead and increment the number before you run this expression, before you run this command. So this time when I do it, it should display a 6. So let's go ahead and run this. And as you can tell, our very last display of the number right here, 6, it shows up as 6 because we were using prefix mode, and that's because this plus plus happens. We put this this plus plus right before our variable, so it goes ahead and increments the number before it prints the number to the screen because this is prefix mode. So let's look at this. What will this number be? If I set int number equal to 2, and then if I do system.out.println int number plus plus, well, this is postfix mode. So what's going to happen is Java will run this expression. It will display int number, so it'll show 2, and then after it displays this, after it prints the line to the screen, then it will increment it. So this should show up as 2 when I run the program. And there it is. There's 2. So a quick review. We looked at the increment operator, we looked at the decrement operator, and we also looked at what postfix mode is and what prefix mode is. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.